Express 480 as a product of prime numbers in index form. Okay, so for us to be able to do this, we need to know some prime numbers. The first prime number is 2, and that's the only one that's even. The next one is 3, 5, 7, 11. There are many, many more, but hopefully we'll only need to use our first few prime numbers. So the first thing we have to do is split this 480 into two numbers, or two numbers that multiply together to make 480. So I'm going to go for 48 times 10. Because neither of those are prime, they're both even, so I know that they're not prime, I have to split them into their factors, a pair of numbers that multiply together to make 10. So I'm going to go for 2 times 5. I circle this because it's one of our prime numbers, and I also circle this because it's a prime number as well. So once with this circled, we've got them to prime numbers, we don't need to split them anymore. Okay, so I have to work on the 48. Two numbers that multiply together to make 48. Let's go for 2 times 24. 2 is prime, so I circle. 24, I need to split again because it's even. That's definitely not prime. So let's go for 8 times 3. I'm going to circle 8 because that is prime. And then I'm going to split 8 into 2 times 4. That's prime, so I circle it. And then split 4 into 2 times 2. Now, I haven't answered the question in full yet. Although I've circled all the prime numbers, I have to collect all this information together. So the word product means multiply, and what it means is if I multiply these numbers together, all these circled prime numbers, they would, the answer would come to 480. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5, would give me 480. But for index form, we need to collect these together. So this would be, well, 2 times 2 is 2 squared, 2 cubed, 2 to the power of 4, so that's 2 to the power of 5, times by 3, times by 5. So we have now expressed 480 as a product of prime numbers in index form. Easy. Okay. Using your knowledge of prime factors, explain why 18 times 32 is a square number. Right, before I can answer this question, I need to do what we did in the previous question, and I need to get both of these numbers into their products of primes. So 18 would be, right, 2 times 9, circle my 2. 9 is made by 3 times 3. So 18 is 2 times 3 times 3. And the number 32, we've gone off the page, sorry. So I'm going to go for 4 times 8. 4 is not prime, so we need to split it again into 2 times 2. Then I'm going to have 4 times 2. I circle that because it's prime, and 4 needs to go again. So this one would be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 2 to the power of 5. So this one in index form is 2 times 3 squared. So if I collect those together or multiply those, I get 2 times 3 squared times 2 to the power of 5. So we can see that I've got another power of 2 here. So that actually becomes 2 to the power of 6 times 3 squared. Now, we need to explain why this is a square number. And it says to use your knowledge of prime factors. These are the prime factors of this multiplied together. And you'll notice that the powers, the index or the indice of each of them is an even number. If they're even, that means that it's a perfect square. So, perfect square, because the powers are even numbers. Okay, let's test that then. Let's deepen your thinking on this. If I had a number, I'm just making this up, 2 to the power of 3 times 5 to the power of 2, would this be a perfect square? The answer is no, and that's because this power is an odd number. And for a perfect square, all the powers have to be even numbers.